This video is intended for adults and children upwards the age of 14. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the Nerd Crate. Your nerdism fix for today has been long prepared. And looking at that box, I only say rare. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So you already saw the thumbnail. Of course, we're talking about Ravage from Mastermind Creations Ocular Max line. And it's a cool piece. It's a cool piece without a doubt. I don't know if it really has any weaknesses. Like, I fiddled with it and there was like a little bit of a weird tolerance going on because you needed to rotate one of the weapons and then the tolerance became super loose on the pin. I needed to push the pin back in with a cut off head of a nail, put onto there, put some tissue between there and then press it back in. It's good now, okay, still weird. Anyway, we're not gonna go through the packaging because that we're gonna do top down because it's so effing cool. Finally back in some known surroundings here. That was weird on the Vega review, you know, but I was back there doing the Storm Collectibles stand review, so why not combine, right? Anyway, if you thought what kind of a weird intro is that, guys, we're talking G1 Ravage. Everybody knows G1 Ravage, so we're just gonna go ahead. Pretty standard box, wooden, but fits. The interesting part is inside. Flip it open, you have a little bit of instructions going on that I enjoy. And then you saw the styrofoam box and we got that. How cool is that? We have an actual tape box, an actual cassette box for Ravage. On the front, these, I don't know, these retro like sonic lines going on, you know, like Ocular, pretty cool. Die-cast, remix, high fidelity, RMX 01 Jaguar. Same down here with the Ocular Max logo. And like some sort of trademark, we got a little bit of a bio going on here with embossed arcs here, like same as on the subsonic stuff. And then we can take out Ravage in cassette form, held there tightly. We got a collector card that's sadly, due to the tension of this in here, it gets scuffed up a little, but it still works. I think when we push it in here, that should be fine. The problem is also it's standard cardboard. It's nice art of Ravage in his cat mode. Like, this is not a robot, this is a cat mode, this is an ultimate mode. So nice with the remix font here and the retro grid logo and some text packs. And then of course the instructions, which are nicely done. We got the full transformation that's giving you pretty much everything you need. Very interesting, very cool done, and this is amazing that this is actually the booklet. So I think that's amazingly cool with a little bit of a transformation sequence here and some I don't know, kind of acrylic backed photography here, some mirroring effect, that's nice. So that's quite the experience to open it up and unpack him and have him in and actually have him shown how they do it, but inside the booklet of a cassette. Super cool. So let's talk Ravage. There isn't much to it, or her, or him, whatever. He's a cassette, and he's looking like it. We got the usual form with the actual thicker side down here. We got the teeth in here. That's super nice. The form overall is all here. Looks very cool. but nothing like actual labeling here. So he's a little panely, but I suppose he is. So I would say without any further ado, we can pretty much transform him. First call of action, you take the side where the head can actually turn to this rotation and you bring the head out. Next up, you take these guys down. It's a little bit packed in here. Bring this guy down, flip him around, and do the same on the other side. You rotate him again 180, and then you start pulling all of this out to have the head out here. By then you can pretty much unpack those. That is what the instructions said. Those need to be packed in from the top, because if you do it from the side, these guys could break off. So make sure you bring these out and then you can loosen them up. You can then break the connection here, bring this down, and same down here to have it look like this. And then furthermore, bring these guys more to the inside, have it more like this. It works like it's supposed to do. You know, it's very fluid. So you do it like this and have this already look like so. Then you bring these guys back up. This kind of caught underneath there. This is a little bit weird. Then you bring this guy down and this guy down, and you can unpack this and the toe and bring it to a, come on girl, logical configuration so that it makes sense like a cat. Hey, now it looks like Ravage beak. That's interesting. Huh. Fan alternate mode? I don't know. Finally, and this is where the weird tolerance thing came to be, the instructions say to bring these out to form the guns, and then you are supposed to get these up. And while doing so, it says in the instructions to do it like this, to really push it over. I recommend you rotate him and then bring those up. Same on this side, because otherwise this is where the tolerance thing happened. And this also happens. This is not good. This is always popping out. I don't know why, but it's always happening. Pop it back in and you're done. So you rotate this down, have this configuration, make sure you always close this down, and then you unfold the legs too and the paw. Same on this side, and there's no rocket science anymore. You just do it like it makes sense. And then you saw that this is on a very cool little armature. You just rotate this down and have him actually have a little bit of a cat position, right? So that it makes sense. So rotate the weapons a little bit more to the front. There you go. And that's already him. That's already him. And I think he looks super cool. I think that is Ravage down to a T. So just 360 look real quick for you guys. So that's a fine bot. That's a fine Ravage. Looks really, really nice. And I think all in all, top to bottom, he, she, it really works from all sides. So nice detailing. The paint is on this body part here, it's not really colored. It's the poured plastic. We got die cast on all those legs. So this is painted, this is painted. These are not painted again, and the silver is painted. This is all die cast. So this is very, very cool. Beautifully chromed rocket slash weapon thingies on his legs. That's nice. And a lot of die cast. I need to get it. I need to get some weight measure device, some sort of. Currently my little brick and mortar stores don't have those, so I got to be on the lookout for that. But for Articulation, you see there's a cool bit going on here in the neck. Like there's nothing here, but you can easily just rotate these guys, these little kind of vertebrae, and have him actually look up like this. So you can then have him down and really do with straightened out back legs. He can really do kind of rrr. So that's super cool. I think that's nice, and it doesn't break the sculpt because it's a very modular design either way. So rotate this and you're back in business for the base formation, called like that. We got ball joints on the shoulders. That gives you a lot all the way around. Double joints on the knee, so for the transformation of course, but if you can utilize it for some cool pulls, it's there. Nothing for a tilt or something like that, or a pivot. Special edition cat hair. We got a nice pivot on that toe. It's also on, no, it's not on a ball, it's on a mushroom pack. Gets you a swivel here. So that's everything you needed. Supposed to be rotated in cassette mode like this, but it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so much for this portion. The head is on an extra ball pack here with not so much range. You get the most range out of this for the head, so that's cool. Head is beautiful. Red metallic paint for the eyes, white for the teeth, red for the insides of the mouth. Nice face, like I said, Ravage down to a T, looks beautiful. And then, like I said, the flexibility of the whole thing is very, very cool, very, very cat-like. So you can do a lot with him, him, her, it. So very, very cool. Like you saw, it popped out, ball joint on the back here. Gets all around, gets a little bit of out, bit of up, straightening it out, inside, and another joint here, swivel. And also ball joint here on the paw, gets you a lot, so you can have a wider stance but still level the foot. That's nice. And the tail is also articulated. So, and of course the weapons, if you want to align the weapons any way, shape or form, you can do that. And I believe that's the problem. Like, I try to get it on camera. Yeah, we do it like this. You see this here, like the black portion and the gray portion, they are actually in level. You can rotate the weapon around and it's not pushing out. You see that? Now we go to the other one, and here we see that the gray portion and the black portion, you see that? Like that. The gray portion and the black portion are not level. So this is loose already a little bit. When I try to push it over here, I will push it out. So I'm not doing that. And you be mindful of that. So for articulation anyway, he's pretty cool. I'm just saying here, I'm not always doing this he, she, it, and the S goes with, you know? I'm not doing that shit. So yeah, that's her. And we're gonna do a little bit of posing with a little bit of a utility I got, and also, of course, pretty much the only comparison that's necessary in the back studio. Ooh. So as you can see, posing wise, with a good stand, Ravage can do a pretty great flying or jumping pose. So that's pretty cool. But of course, let's also check Stand by Storm collectibles. I recommend. Whoops, sorry. This is all plywood, so it rather bends pretty easily. So you can do a lot of easy and fluid and pretty much realistic like running poses. But goddamn, how you pose a cat when she's running? What the hell? Let's just try real quick. Okay, yeah, something like that. That a little bit up, that a little bit low. Okay, something like this. Maybe. I'm just super bad at that, but like with animals that is. But it would rather work, or even when you want to, that she really attacks someone and really flies at him. That's pretty cool. Always with the teeth. So that looks really, really nice. But otherwise, you can pretty much do, yeah, like that, like really down, pinning the butt to the ground. So that's pretty great. That's pretty really great. And maybe also sitting. I don't know. Let's try sitting somewhat, like down here, like that, and then those two straight. Not really. So I don't know if you want Ravage sitting. Like I had my original Ravage in this position because she was on Bumblebee's forearm, and you can do that with her too. But since we're here, let's kind of straighten her out, right? So that it looks a little bit better. And then we bring in the official Masterpiece Ravage, and this is extremely smaller. So that's not too bad. But of course, also it's Ravage. What are we comparing her with? Masterpiece Soundwave. So with a silver here and a silver here, and let's just get her out of there. I think that's the scale we're looking for, right? I would say so. Pretty dope. That's the Masterpiece Ravage as it was supposed to be. This is just no comparison. Final thoughts. So there you go, guys. Ocular Max, of course, Mastermind creations, but on the Ocular Max they call themselves Ocular Max. It's some kind of different company. RMX01 Jaguar. So, is she good? I would say so. Like, those that know me know I love retro stuff. No more words needed. Same on the appearance. This thing is pretty much amazing. The appearance is, they make a bang up job on this guy, and you saw the posability too. That works quite well and looks very, very nice. Also, of course, with sound waves. So that's pretty much what matters. And he blows the Masterpiece out of the water. I mean, also size-wise, but works. Really, really, really works. Of course, no accessories, but this is an accessory to me. Like, I would display this with it. So that would work. That's why I still gave it that high. Essentially, it comes without any accessories. But just so you know. Materials, the materials itself are fine. But the thing that the tolerances kind of come apart on those little weapon thingies, and I needed to push those back together. I don't know. Andy didn't have a problem with that, but I did, so it goes into the rating. That's how it goes. Paint applications are great. It's a little bit of a paint drop on the tooth and a little paint bleed on the red to the front, but otherwise it's still a beautiful Ravage, and the silver comes through sharp. The chrome is excellent, so it's still good, you know. And for everything else, articulation is beautiful. That she's this flexible, looks extremely cool. You can do a lot with it. The transformation is intuitive, fun, and fast. That's always cool. So the only really problem I have with this is the price, because the robot mode and alternator mode is excellent at the playability. You put it back and forth, and you can have her, or him, or it, or whatever, on a little stand as if she's just jumping out of Soundwave and doing the mass shifting. That's super cool. But the price, I don't know what Andy paid for it, but on TF Source, it's a whipping $100. I wouldn't pay $100 for this, just so you know. But it is a good piece. It is a good piece. So build-wise and everything else, I can recommend it. Price-wise, you need to know what you want to have and if you want to actually pay the money for it. All right? So I can tell you only that. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a like, please subscribe, I would appreciate it, and head over to my Instagram for daily toy news, and over to our Patreon, the Collector's Bay. We would appreciate some support. And also, if you want to try and learn German, head over to the Collector's Bay YouTube channel and give Voice of Chaos a subscribe. And also don't forget this, and there's a notification button so you will never miss another video of me. Also head over to a Teespring, to my Teespring. Although we will put the Voice of Chaos shirts on there. I need to get this going. If you like the style of this channel, Teespring link down below for my shirts. All right, guys, that's it for me for now. Next week, I gotta see what I'm doing. I prepared this a few days in advance. So I hope you had a nice weekend, and I wish you a nice new start in the week. See you soon. Take care for watching. Take care for watching. I'm confused. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. Step by step. Oh, baby.